everybody. What's going on? How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's having an amazing day. The slimming effect of those stripes, says Daryl LaRose. I don't know how slimming they are. I didn't get to see the pictures yet. So here's the thing. Let me say hello to everybody really quick. Vlad the Impaler says now that thumbnail is priceless. I'm glad you guys like that because I put that. I'd been thinking about that one for quite some time. Of course, I got the news like everybody else really early, but I was at work, so I didn't get to go live. I wanted to go live to be able to break it and talk about it earlier because I knew everybody and their mother would be covering the story. But it is what it is. So I wanted to be able to give you something at least, and if it's a thumbnail, it's a thumbnail. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Nimrod, good to see you. Says so. There is a justice in the world. We'll talk about that here in a minute. Arisen 1157, good to see you. The Triggered Limey, it's like 4 o'clock in the morning for you. Script Cat, hello. Irish Demon says, can't wait to listen to this on the road tomorrow. Good night, all. Good night, Irish Smitty, good to see you. Arian Rod says, this is an early 2020 Christmas present. This is very true. Or a late 2021 Christmas present. Not sure. Charlie Welch, good to see you. Daryl M. Shirt is inside out. Ziggy for the Facts says, hi all. Hello. Beth, good to see you. Joseph Cano says, ooh, some lunchtime live stream. Yeah, there we go. Linda Lee, sadly, he was released. Dang it. Why did you guys supposed to say spoiler alert? Patty Atoot, good to see you. Joshua Lee, good to see you. Jessica Rabbit, always good to see you. Doug Donahue says, evening all. Good evening. Roshan says, Dad Hoot, I believe. Is it, correct me. I know you're going to correct me because I'm pretty sure that was bad. But, oh boy. We have those bots. Gotta love them. Gotta love those bots. So yeah, well, Charlie, if you're there, Charlie, you get rid of them. Just blow them away. Beaver C, good to see you. Aniceto, good to see you. Christopher O'Connor says, evening people, good to see you. Shoo, he says, hi homies, good to see you. Strangier, I know it's supposed to be stranger. I get it. Hello. Good to see you. Charlie Welch, good to see you. Linda Lee. Someone needs to forward the racist rant he pulled that we all saw to the authorities. That has been, look, there's nothing that Glenn has done or said that hasn't been given to the proper authorities, specifically dealing with this case. So the district attorney has all of it. Yeah. All that stuff. Sean Z, good to see you. Steaming Cup of Reason, good to see you. Stacy Hansen, hello, Johnny O. Happy 2020. Happy 2020 to you as well. Daryl, we got that one already. Beaver C, hello. Alpha K91, I want deets. I like a double helping of Schadenfreude with my soft shit reports. I got to get new glasses. I can't see very well. Spirit of Destiny, hello. Yes, you did. You made it to a plot hole live stream. I'm trying to do these a little bit more, for a little friendlier for everybody. So I'm supposed to stream tomorrow. I missed last week. I'm going to miss this week because I have to work. Gina S, happy Taco Tuesday. Fred Knotts, good to see you. Christopher O'Connor, don't wish bad on anyone, but Glenn's last few videos, he was making too many threats to the public and law enforcement. Yes. WW, Goddess of Truth. M says, hello, everyone. Good evening. Daryl Rose, greetings from Ottawa. Greetings. So we got, thank you, Beth. Thank you very much. Let's see here. Sunshine Superman 69. What up, Johnny? Pothole Plotty of the Plot. Hello. Let's see here. I think it's every Jefferson Spatchcock. These Glenn CERIO vids have become a guilty pleasure for me. It's actually kind of cool that you're here, Mr. Spatchcock, and the fact that you are finding these, not necessarily just mine, but the Glenn CERIO. They are, right? Like Glenn CERIO is to the soft sit community, like Nathan Thompson is to the flat earther community, and Darth Dawkins is to the theist atheist debate community. Pretty sure duty on Glenn's head. Thank you. Gunsmoke 68. The authorities are yeah, they are very well aware. It was on. Yes, that's true. It was on the news in Seattle. Slow saying said the videos that have been released earlier get shown at sentencing. He hasn't been sentenced yet. Hey, Irish Summer Girl, Pamela Gray, good to see you. Daryl M, good. Love Face, yay! So glad we got the prawn bombs. Woo. Yo, Zip 37, hello. What's up, Rob Parks? Aniceto Maldonado at the Plot Hole Law Talk with Mike has a video of the upright Wallace in court. I am going to go look at that. Yeah, I am going to go do that. Have to. Oh yeah. Sally D, aloha. Glenn is full of it. He lied. Oh, he absolutely did. Absolutely did. Schrodinger's case. Yeah, I know Schrodinger broke the story. I had the story. I could have gone. I couldn't have. I couldn't have. But here's the thing. I think Schrodinger probably isn't in a position he kind of deserves to take that story. Hey, Pat Dallinger, Harley a Monster, good to see you. Syrian, my goodness, so many faces, so many faces. Brian Bowden, good to see you. I think that's everybody. If I missed you, I apologize. It's Connie Johnson, hello. Yeah, my goodness, so many people. Let's see here. We've got a super chat from the Triggered Limey for 5 of the Queen's British pounds. It says, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. I'm starting to think that this is the reason my back wakes me up at early hours. Well, I apologize. I'm sorry that I'm a pain in your back. Hey, Todd, good to see you. Risen, good to see you. So many folks, so many folks. Jill says, hello from Oregon. Jill, I want to retire in Astoria, Oregon. I've been talking about it for quite some time. I think my wife is tired of hearing me mention it, but that's where I want to go. I continue to look at houses. A few years ago, I found one of the, I don't know, it was one of the nicest houses I've ever seen. It was built in like 1919. Of course, it had all been redone. You guys didn't tune in to hear me talk about this. Anyway, hey, Anthony Vasquez Barber, good to see you. Pamela Gray, so many good. You got to refill your glass. All right, I'll take a second. Thank you for that 5-pound super chat, by the way, Triggered. Oh, Jackalope Herdmaster, who has been a Plot Hole crew member for 9 months, just long enough to have a baby. Says, hope he gets a lot of community service and fines, as do I. I don't want to spoil the surprise, but I do have a photo of Glenn being sprung from jail earlier this evening. Nobody's seen this photo yet, so it is there. This is what I will break to the community. This will be my news break. It's a photo of Glenn being sprung from jail. So I'll put that up here in a little bit. I promise. Oh, I missed one. Pamela Gray for $5 says, I love all the different takes on the same guy. So all you need to cover the story because I watched them all. Yeah, and really, in all honesty, that's the coolest thing about there being so many different coverages of the same stories that you get a lot of different opinions, which is really cool. I always dig it. Sometimes I worry though if my audience, because I've got a Glenn CERIO video in the works. This just happened to coincide with that, so this will obviously be part of that video now. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at on that. Sometimes I worry that my audience is going to look at me like, look, I've seen this video already. I saw it on Schrodinger's, I saw it on Law Talk, and I saw it on Artie, and I saw it over here. But I think Professor Dave is he's camped out over at Glenn's channel because that's his I don't know, his well of content, which is perfectly okay, but I think he's pretty quick to get that stuff out. But people like to hear different points of view, which is really cool. The upright walrus. Hey, is Nicole here? Did I miss Nicole? Did I miss you? There you are. Hey, Mr. Schrodinger's cat. Good to see you. Littleton, Colorado, says John. Sweet. Oh, thank you, Audrey. We've got Alpha K91, who's been a member of the Plot Hole crew for 5 months, says they wish to train the canine that bites CERIO someday. You might, because you're on that side of you're over there on the West Coast. You might actually, if you've trained canines, you might have done so already, because that's what he's good for. Gina S says, Jess says court day for March today. Can't wait for that. That's going to be interesting, right? I'm kind of curious how that's going to work out because he already had a date set for February. So what might happen is it's probably going to push the February date back and just do them both in March, maybe. We'll see what happens. Astoria does sound great. I really want to go there. That's where I want to be. Jerry B, good to see you. Let's see here. What am I missing? I'm missing something. I saw something. He shouldn't be around the community. Which one? Oh, it's CERIO? Yeah, I agree. Sunshine Superman 69. Hello, good to see you. No, it wasn't Greece. I promise you're gonna enjoy this. Let's see here. Just reasons, as Schrodinger's cat would say. Horns. Beth for $15. Thank you so much for that $15 super chat. I really do appreciate that. Me either, John. Right? It's so fun. Okay, look, I'll be the first person to say that there is a perception that there are some people that get mistreated a little bit more than others, and um, it's not necessarily a race thing. It is a poverty thing, and there just happens to be more people who live in poverty who are who are black, Mexican, so on and so forth, etc. Right? And there are many different reasons for that. I don't want to get too political. Um, I'm not one of these people that say, well, one thing or you know what I mean. I try and toe that line a little bit, a little bit more. I try to be real careful about that because it's such a difficult issue that there's not with that. You can't just point to one thing and say, well, that's the problem. No, there are so many different issues in there. When it comes to poverty, race, sex, all that stuff. There's just so many different things that you can't just say, well, it's a black thing, it's a brown thing, it's a this thing, it's a that thing. You can't do that, right? It's not honest. It's not an intellectually honest way to look at the problem. So that being said, I just went off on a crazy tangent. I'll be the first person to say that I do think that two things. Our police are overtaxed, right? So we ask our officers to do so much more than they should have to do, so much more than they're trained to do. Our police officers, there should be a few different forms of intervention when it comes to dealing with domestic violence, domestic dispute, well checks, all kinds of things, right? We shouldn't have police officers who are responding to a kid, or I say a kid, but he was an adult, but we shouldn't be sending officers. This is an incident that happened in Florida a few years ago where there was an orderly working at an adult care facility where one of the people, I think he was autistic. He got out, he was playing with a truck, like a toy truck in the middle of the street. I say middle of the street, but I can't remember if it was a driveway into the street, whatever. But there was an orderly out there trying to get this kid back in. I say kid, but he was an adult trying to get this autistic child or autistic adult back into the place. Police responded because somebody saw something and they called it in, that there was a concern. So police responded, and you got this guy laying on his back, this orderly who just happens to be a black person, laying on his back, completely complying with what's going on. And the cops end up shooting the guy anyways. And no bullshit. Their defense was, well, in our defense, we weren't shooting at the orderly. We were shooting at the kid playing with the truck. And I'm thinking, are you fucking kidding me? That's your like, oh, well, we're good. And the issue that I have with is we're sending police officers out to handle this type of situation when we shouldn't be sending police officers out to handle this type of situation. This should be, if it's a mental health issue where there are no weapons involved, so let's say that they come back and say, hey, look, we got the call that there was something going on at this address. Now we know that at this address is this institution for people who have issues, right? Mental health issues, autism, whatever. I'm not sure. I think I saw a weapon. I think I saw a weapon in there, right? So I think what we need to do, and this is part of what the defund the police that talk is what it should be about, right? It should necessarily taking money away from police departments, but refunding funds to things like having a different type of response where we're sending in people who are more trained with dealing with kids or adults who have these mental health type issues before we send the guns a-blazing Sally D mental health officers. Yeah, right. I think every police department, every city, every place should have this. We should stop putting that responsibility. We're asking police officers to be in law enforcement, to be domestic disturbance counselors. We're asking them to be mental health experts. We're asking them to be physicians, or at least field physicians. It's so much. We're putting so much on top of them, and it's impossible for those guys, for all of our police officers, to receive all of that training and be proficient in every one of it. It's just impossible. It is not practical. we need to think about different ways to handle these situations. And instead of always sending in the police, sometimes we don't need the police to come out, right? Sometimes what we need is we need a mental health expert to be dispatched. Hey, we're going to go check this out. Now, again, granted, if we have, why do we have 15 different police departments and sheriffs per square mile? There are some, right. So there are some issues there too, Joseph. I'm, yeah, part of that, there needs to be, we need to streamline, again, multifaceted issue here. All this to say that I understand that sometimes police are put in a situation where they overstep or police just overstep. I get it. However, Glenn CERIO is a person who actively asks to have his ass whipped. Legitimately, this is not me putting words in his mouth. This is what he says. This is Glenn CERIO walking up to police officers saying, take off that badge and gun, mutual combat, and I'll beat your ass. That's what he says. So I'm not putting anything in his mouth. Let's see here. Shushui says, you see in Detroit where the 3 mental health social workers went to help a guy that couldn't deal with the police. The man beat the shit out of the ladies and drove off. Yeah, I'm not it's not necessarily, again, I don't think that, again, it's such a complicated issue. There's so many different things that need to go on. Because yeah, sometimes when you're going to have a situation where it's going to take a little bit of force to de-escalate, unfortunately. But it seems that there's right now, especially with the heightened sense of awareness that people have, there's a lot more escalation that's going on that we shouldn't be having. But again, so slow staying 06. Yeah, Glenn runs. I think it's hilarious when Officer Rojas said, all right, cool, let's go. Let's do it. You want mutual combat? We're in Oregon or we're in Washington and it's mutual combat state. Let's go outside. Let's do it. Let's go. What does Glenn do? His tail goes right between his legs. And he ran. No, call the cops then. Call the cops. You're just going to, I don't want, you're going to call. Hey, Brendan, good to see you. Yes, Beth, exactly. Hand in hand, de-escalation with police backup. Exactly. Hey, Brendan, you didn't miss much. Glenn CERIO was arrested today for, if I remember correctly, it was failure to comply. And there was something else. Disorderly conduct, I believe. What's up, retired dog? I just hope there's a video. That's all I'm saying. I hope that there's a video of that when it does happen, because I would love to see that. Anthony Vasquez, I've checked his channel 4 times so far to see if he's released that video. I haven't seen it yet because I want to see this video. I don't know if he may not have his phone. It may have been, it probably was confiscated as evidence. He may not have received it back yet. I'm not for certain. But I hope he does. I really do. Because I want to see this video. Yeah, there should be some joint efforts going on. Mental health workers, but have a single police officer to provide backup only as needed. Yeah, and absolutely. Yeah, so there needs to be some sort of hand-in-hand help, right? To kind of alleviate, like, here, officers, you're here in case shit gets sideways, in case shit goes sideways. So you're coming out. If we get to the situation and it's already sideways, then we can figure that out when we get there. But if this is like a mental health call or a well check, I'm not going to send 17 police officers on a well check. Let's send somebody out, maybe one cop and one health expert, a nurse or a field nurse or field doctor or whatever, to go out there and if this is a well check, hey, we're making sure everything's good, everybody cool, yeah, awesome, and then we just get on down the road. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. That'd be great. Steaming Cup reasons is we place too much on them. We are quick to judge them. We expect maximum service from them. Yet most people can't be bothered to thank them for all they do. Back to blue folks, they deserve it. Well, here's the thing: there are good and bad, and oh yes, we can road no last name. We can rest the. I think yes. I'm gonna get on top of that. Yeah, Christopher O'Connor, and yeah, that's right. I'm gonna do it. Okay. All right, JL. Here, JL. I know you're super busy. What do you guys think? Should I let JL on here? Should I bring JL on, or should I just make this solo? We'll see what happens. Let me know what you think. What do you mean, Fred? What's that in relation to? Let me know, because I would like to answer your question, Fred. Is Glenn CERIO on some sort of form of state and or federal aid? I think so. I can't say for sure. I think so. Brendan Riley, no, he is not in custody. And as I said, I do have that. I do have the picture that no one else has released. You guys are really going to enjoy this, I promise. No, there was threats of leg sweeping, but you know he doesn't. He doesn't do it. Bunny Killer, the judge has all of his content. Not the judge, the prosecution. I'm pretty sure the DA's given all this evidence over to the judge, unless Glenn has a lawyer that's somehow blocking it. But yes, all that has been sent over. Tens of thousands sanding and salting the roads. Remember yesterday, never a drop of snow or rain. That's the money we could use. Yeah, well, see, we funny thing is, last year, and it happens from time to time, but last year here in Texas, we got hit with the coldest or the worst, and well, coldest too, but the worst winter storm that we'd had in like 100 years. It was negative 12 at times where I'm at, negative 12 Fahrenheit, which is ridiculous. I mean, we bitch about the cold when it's 40 degrees. It was negative 12, again, Fahrenheit, freedom units. I don't know the conversion. That doesn't surprise me. It's probably all the same Glenn. It's Glenn with two N's, though. Glenn CERIO, I forget what his middle name is, but yeah. He probably will do. That's the best I could do, but yeah, we're going to hear some of that for certain. CERIO pork chop leg sweep. I think so. Syrian says, no, do not let him on. Speaking of JL Warren. Here, Euro, great to see you. Assault with a jelly donut. Exactly. Yeah, I think so. I know YouTube does. YouTube, they 1099 us. I should be receiving that soon, by the way. But yeah, YouTube does 1099 us, and that I believe is reported to at least the federal level. I don't know about Washington. I know they have a state income tax in Washington. At least I think they have a state income tax in Washington, but you know, I'm not for certain. But yeah, that'd be kind of interesting. Sure, he'll add to his federal lawsuits and other badges. Yeah, Christopher. That's another thing that kills me about these. I'll sue you. Well, okay, go ahead. He is under $500 times two, and he makes 25 a month with 400 a month child support, as we told the judge yesterday. Really interesting. $11 a day from his YouTube channel. That sucks. This is a good, I think so. Plea it, have him record an apology that includes encouraging people not to do what he did to get in trouble. Fines and jail time gives him street cred. That's true. It does. So there is that, right? You can say, well, he'll be able to like martyr that. Oh man, this, that, and the other, blah, 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 blah. You know, they sent me to prison, they sent me to jail for no reason and all that shit. But I think he needs. Yes, Sally D. Glenn does have a kid. Yeah. I think that he needs a bit of a cool off time. I don't get that either. I don't understand how. Look, this I'm gonna tell everybody. Regardless of how you choose to identify, how you identify, what you believe, what you don't believe, I don't care. I don't care what you think you look like. I don't care what you think you like. I don't give a shit. If Glenn CERIO can procreate, there's hope for every last one of you. Okay, Glenn CERIO he has at least one child. So there's hope for all of you. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Now we'll get to this here picture of. I wouldn't believe it either. Only there's, walking, talking, breathing truth. That has, again, I believe there is a restraining order out against him to keep him away from him. So, that's what I'm saying. Yeesh. Really need better mental health access for everyone. I agree, right? I agree. If that's generally used, like, I don't want to say as a scapegoat, but as probably legitimate reasoning for a lot of things that have happened. And instead of like, hey, that's one way that the right and the left could, in the United States, could get together somewhere in the middle. And, that's one way they can have a discussion about, what we're going to be doing for, firearm issues. That we're saying, well, no, it's not a firearm issue. It's a mental health issue. Cool. Let's meet somewhere in the middle, talk about the mental health issue, see what we can do about that, and watch and see if that helps reduce some of these issues that we're having. And I'm sure it will. I mean, because it's a legitimate argument, right? There's a legitimate argument that there's a mental health aspect to people who commit these types of, the either mass shootings or school shootings or whatever. There is a mental health issue there. So yes, we need to take all that stuff into consideration. I think that's one place that, politically, that they could get together and figure that stuff out, or at least, show that they're attempting to have that a real discussion about that, Let's see here. Jackalope Herdmaster. I think I saw you. Yes. All right. Come back here. For $2 says, I want to know how drunk the desperate woman was. I don't know if that's I don't think there's like the level, right? There's you have that, what is that, 0.08, right? That's legally intoxicated, right? Okay, that's where we're going to start at the bar, right? And then there's that, 0.16, which is double the legal limit, and it's really cool. I think that, hey, Omni, good to see you. I think that there would be a, like, you have, I was kind of tipsy. Well, no, it's like, I'm buzzed, right? It's buzz would be like the beginning of actually being drunk, right? I'm buzzed. Cool, right? That's a couple of beers, maybe a couple of shots, whatever, depending who you are, depending what night of what day, whatever. And then after that, there's, from buzz, you got tipsy. You're like, oh, well, it's kind of tipsy here. So, tipsy, right? And then you've got, oh, I'm kind of drunk, which really means I definitely can't be driving right now. Somebody call me a cab or an Uber or something, or I'm going to walk home. Arisen 1157. If that's true, I would like to see the evidence supporting that, because that, I would like to research that. So absolutely. Harry Balls, good to see you. Somebody's gonna clip that, I know it. So we got, no, I'm kind of drunk, and then there's, yeah, I'm drunk. I'm pretty drunk. That's, and then there's fucked up, right? Oh, fucked up. And then there's blitzed. And then a buddy of mine came up with another one that was called Dunk, meaning he was so drunk he couldn't type drunk correctly. He typed Dunk, which is a level, I believe, that you would have to be to even consider being in the same room with CERIO without attire. And no, I don't mean the one that's around his stomach area. Yeah, Spirit of Destiny, the Harry Balls. Plastered, yeah, Plastered's in there too. It's all in there, right? It's all in there, but I don't know the answer to that question. I don't know how inebriated one would have to be to say, Glenn, that's, but if what I'm seeing in the side chat is true, then geez, that's pretty jacked up. That's pretty serious. It's the only reason why I don't, put it out there, because that's pretty serious. His baby mama had a beard thicker than Johnny's. Well, yeah. Goddess of Truth says, do we know that his claim of a kid is true, or could he have lied to look more into? No, he does. He's paying child support. I don't know. Again, I don't know if there were blood tests. I don't know any of that, all those stuff, but I know he was paying child support. No, thank you. I know he is paying child support for that kid. So at least the state believes that he has a kid. Are there any laws set up yet to get rid of these losers? Are we talking about the First Amendment auditors? No. And that's the sad part. Okay. That's the sad part about this whole situation. All of these jackasses with, cameras and shoving into people's faces and going into, I'm going to go to this, I'm going to go to this, whatever, this private establishment and shove a camera in your face because I think I have the right to record in public. All you're doing is pissing off a whole lot of people whom can elect people that will say, we're going to put a stop to this. I understand that there are times YouTube could stop paying these jackwagons. They could. Yes, they could. But I say, the only issue that would have, Isaac, you're not late. You're good. You're fine. No worries. The only issue that well, it's tough, right? Because there could be some collateral damage in there, like Schrodinger's Cat, myself, Van Balian, Team Skeptic. Anybody who covers these types of videos might, because of, like I said, we're covering it. We don't want YouTube to want to pay that. We're just let our algorithms do it. So we, could be some collateral damage in that. But what was he? The Truth in Astronomy for $5. Thank you very much. If you have a message, just at me and I'll get to it. I'll read that out for you. Yeah, so there are tools to combat frauditors, and here's the thing: most people don't understand. And again, if you're a public official, what I'm about to say doesn't apply to you. Jenny, we're not talking crap. Yeah, so if you're talking shit about the child, absolutely don't do that, because the kid, I mean, that child has there's no choice in who his or her, I don't know, boy or girl. So child has no decision of who the parents are, right? So I hope nobody in the side chat is talking shit about the kid. I'm not talking shit about his kid. I'm talking shit about Glenn, right? Glenn is a piece of shit. Glenn is the original skunk ape. I think so. I think you're correct. Can Glenn go to jail for 1 year and shut his YouTube down? Possibly. I don't think YouTube may not shut him down unless they have another TOS change that his content would violate the new TOS, and they could do that. But yeah, there is enough stupid out in Cyberland. I'm actually about to cover that. Was it Detroit urban survival guy? Oh my! Have you guys seen this fucking idiot? The guy thinks he's goddamn Batman or something. He thinks he's some like super fucking hero. All this stupid shit that he does to teach people how to defend themselves. All this asshole is doing is teaching people how to get fucking shot, stabbed, and beat up. That's it. If you see this Detroit, I think it's Detroit Urban Defense. That guy, just don't. And if you're in the chat right now, if you're watching this video back and you're mad that I'm saying this about you, I don't care. You're gonna get people hurt. Period. This is the best way to get out of a situation in which somebody's pointing a gun at you. If somebody's pointing a gun at you and they say, give me your wallet, you give them your wallet, period. Somebody's pointing a gun at you, says, I'm taking your car. Here are the keys. Go get them. And I'm getting, myself, we're going to go the other way. That's how you survive those situations. Not by this. Oh my God. I remember when those stupid fucking videos first started to come up. Jesus Christ. When they first started to show up and he was all doing all these moves and things, I'm thinking, gee, this has to be a joke. This has to be a joke. Like, I'm gonna watch this to the end. Bridge the divide, exactly. I think I'm gonna watch this to the end, and he's gonna be like, ha ha. It's gonna be like the Rickroll thing. But it never happened. Bridge the Divide for $4.99 says, I love the response vids where they try the suggestions and suddenly they're in the afterlife. Exactly. I mean, my goodness, that's exactly what would happen. The stuff that he's telling people to do, like, flick their nose. Motherfucker, flick my nose. I got a gun pointed at you. Watch how quickly you get shot. Some stupid shit. It's just so stupid. It's just, Exactly. Doing undeniably stupid things. That's what he should change. He should change it to doing undeniably stupid things. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you want your wallet, take two and give him a cheap one. Yeah. You know what I mean? There's no amount of money in your wallet that's worth doing what that idiot is telling people to do. I love the ones where it's like MMA trained, like legit jujitsu guys or Jeet Kune Do or Muay Thai or whatever. It could be a fucking karate master. That motherfucker's like, no. Like Steven Seagal watches this motherfucker thinking, oh, that's fake. Oh, that's just stupid. And that's Steven fucking Seagal. But anyway, golly. Yeah, the content changes underwear. It's just, yeah, my goodness. Oh yeah, Glenn CERIO did not stay in long. He was like overnight, and he was out, I think 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock my time. No, 10 o'clock his time with 12 o'clock my time. Yeah, he was out. He was out pretty quick. Yeah, he was only for one day. But again, he has the sentencing, which for, I forget which one it is, for the perjury. That is Thursday. I want to say it's Thursday, the 6th, I believe, Thursday. So, and then H. Matson, he has another court date in March. All right, get rid of the bots. You know these fools. Let's see here. We're gonna. Oh, you guys take care of that. Got a couple of bots, couple of guys, just the fun stuff. Thank you, Charlie. So where was I looking at? Just tell him if you shoot me, my son will grow up with issues. Dress up as a bat, and that's right. Tones overthinks it exactly. If you kill me, my son's going to turn into Batman, and he's going to find you. You don't want that to happen. Jennifer Gallo. Sure, it's not Callow. Callo. I know you guys get that. I'm sure, Jennifer, you get that all the time. I'm sorry. I don't know how these charges don't add up to more jail time. They will, right? So it's going to be a separate. There'll be a separate trial court date thing. This one, he's already been convicted. They keep pushing the sentencing back. That sentencing is going to happen. I think he's going to spend like 5, maybe 10 days in jail for that perjury charge. And then he'll get out, and then he'll have to go right back in pretty much. Okay, I've been telling everyone. Oh wait, what do we got here? What are you doing? Is this for JL?
Yes.
Okay, JL. I don't know if you're watching, but this is for you. This is the rough drawing.
Yes.
Yes. Look how awesome that is. This is a 3-headed Hydra.
Yes.
It's pretty cool. My daughter, the artist. That's awesome. Looks really good.
Yeah, you don't want to touch it because you'll get
I'll leave it. I won't touch it ever anymore. The 2 Utes. Yep, exactly. The 2 Utes. Wasn't part of his conditions of release in August that he not get arrested again. Yeah, this is going to compound his issue with his current sentencing. That this is definitely going to affect what happens on Thursday. I wouldn't be surprised though if Thursday gets pushed back because of this incident, because of the next court appearing. So yeah. JL says that is amazing. So he likes it.
Wait, he saw it?
Yep. He has reckless driving appeal hearing February 1st, trespass case February 4th. I think yes, but I think the 6th. I could be wrong. I could be conflating or compounding. I could be fucking up. But I thought that the 6th was the sentencing for the perjury charge, and he's some other ones that are still pending. I could be wrong. I got to go back and look. It's so tough to keep up with all this bullshit. Finally, some pretty on the channel. Oh, thank you, Steven. The previous conviction was stayed until the decision on his appeal. That's why I thought that the 6th was, from what I understood. Again, I could be wrong. So if I'm wrong, absolutely correct me. For sure. Let's see. There's no one in Washington State who doesn't know he was charged with reckless driving. Yeah, he tells everybody. All right, triggered. What do you got?
Signed it.
You signed it. Okay. Well, you still got to finish it.
It's finished.
It's not finished. Where are the scales? Where are the flaming eyeballs and
the? Well, it's not the one that I'm gonna send him. It's just like a base.
It's a base.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But I still signed it
Because you're Bella.
Yeah.
Yeah. Follow her on. What are you on? TikTok.
Yes, I'm on TikTok.
What is your TikTok name?
Isa_arts with a Z at the end instead of an S.
You should jump on the old chat and wait, it's 9:00.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. It's school night. Just
30 minutes.
go log in and put your TikTok art stuff on there.
Well, I can.
I know what you can do, but if you want them to follow you on TikTok for your art stuff, right?
Yeah, because I only have
You got tons of draw. Look, I'm not gonna argue with you. Go do it. Do it.
I just hit 100.
Do it.
Okay, wait. I'll be right back.
Asher 1776 for $5 says, for your amazingly talented daughter, buy her some art supplies. Absolutely will. These kids 50 cents. You need a what? A kneadable eraser? All right, I got you one. They said they want your TikTok. Go get it. Pamela Gray, absolutely. You're supposed to, right? Like that's the idea. Is you're on appeal. You're trying to let your attorney work whatever magic your attorney can work to get your sentence either reduced or get the conviction overturned. You don't go out there acting like a jackass. Speaking of jackasses.
You're cute. Tell her to leave it. You didn't get my messages because you're not looking at your chat and you're not checking your DMs. Tell her to leave it just like that. Just like she had it. Bare bones.
Okay.
Exactly what that image. Tell her to leave it alone, sign it, and I'll buy it from her. I will do whatever, but I will frame that and put it up on my wall.
Okay, will do. She'll be back here in a minute. Irish Demon says, Johnny, did you watch my documentary, Permission to Play? I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen the documentary yet. Send me a link and I will check it out. All right, so Bella Plothole, you go ahead and put your TikTok in there. So I've been telling everybody I've got this photo of Glenn getting out of prison. No one else has this. No one else has this. No one else has this one. That's great. It's so good.
I'm sure it is. like a fucking Attenborough documentary.
I tell you what, I will put it out there here shortly. All right, so there's that link. Irish, I will check that out. Is this the one you released today, Irish? About Glenda? Or is this a different one? Let me know. I'll check it out either way, but I'm just curious. So I'm gonna put this video. I've been oh no. There you go. Cool. Where is it? Boom. There she is. There we are. It's a different one, Irish. It's a different one. I'll check it out. All right, cool. So let me know if you want to see this picture. Let me know in the chat, side chats. 1 yes, 2 no. Just curious. Hope I'm not building this up too much. What are you doing over there? You're over there working on videos.
Yes, I am currently editing. Well, I took a break because so this one was tough. So I don't want to spoil anything for this coming up because I feel like, although I know I have amazing supporters of my channel and everything, and I love every single one of them. I kind of feel like I'm trending down a little bit. Like it's kind of like I feel like it's cooling, and I need something spicy to bring it back.
Spicy meatball.
And I want to give all of my fantastic channel supporters, I see a lot of them in the live chat, I want to give them all something really solid that justifies the support that they give me. So I want to give something really, really good. And I'm not going to spoil it, but I am looking at somebody who has been on the channel before, who I've looked at on the channel before. I'm bringing it back, and I am dissecting this video. It is very, very in-depth. Probably the most in-depth video I've done in quite some time. So it's definitely going to be longer than 15 minutes. So it's going to be kind of long. And it took forever for me to record because unfortunately, there were like blocks where I had to like say stuff where I couldn't break it down into multiple sentences. So I could just do a line or maybe do 2 lines and then move on to the next one. I had to do it like in a small paragraph.
Yeah.
And in order to convey the thought I was trying to convey, and it just took a lot of takes. And so, like I told you yesterday, when I was in the middle of editing it, I was sitting in front of this computer recording for 2.5 hours straight.
Oh, I've had those days.
So I had 2.5 hours of video on, video recorded and 2.5 hours of audio. It took 4 minutes just to noise compress the entire thing, just to run it through Audacity. And then, so I have to upload everything into it. Like, and not to mention, I'm cutting clips from other stuff. I'm cutting clips from other live streams. And I've got the source file that I have on it, or the file of like source material I have in this whole thing is just enormous. And I'm putting a lot of work into it, and I hope that people really, really like it. But it is, and now I'm just, because I have to constantly go back through and listen to this guy's bullshit, and it's just, it's driving me insane. He's so dumb, or so deceptive, and it's just. Well,
but think about it this way: it's going to be worth it. Okay, so
it actually put me in a bad mood yesterday. Like when I was done recording, like 2.5 hours later, I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm going to start editing tomorrow. When I got off, I was like, I'm going to chill out, play a little WoW, maybe go on Discord, talk to some friends. I was in a pissy. I didn't realize how bad of a mood I was in. It made me so mad listening to this crap that I like some idiot came along and Discord was like, "Hey JL, well, what do you think of this?" Like, shut up. He's like, "What do you think of the postmodernistic problem?" And I'm like, "There is no postmodernistic problem, you moron. People made that crap up." And I'm just like, I'm flipping out for like no reason to people.
Okay, all right. So I was actually sent a picture of Glenn right before he went in.
Oh,
not to stop your story, but this is groundbreaking. Okay, so
Fat guy in a little coat.
This was sent by Tones Overthinks It. This is Glenn right before he talked.
That's twisted. I don't even know what miniature game that's from.
Who knows? But yeah, so that's Glenn right before he threatened a leg sweep in mutual combat. Okay.
Leg sweep you.
Now I've got to say this next one I'm going to show you here. If I can get rid of this guy here. Yes, they did.
Did Bella get my message?
Bella, JL says, leave it the way it is. Don't change it. Just sign it.
Oh, wait, he still wants it?
Yeah, he wants that one. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so all right. I was able to, now this picture is a little bit grainy. Okay, so please. I want you to understand that I did the best that I could to clean it up in post, but this is this next picture. Hey, Sonia, good to see you. This next picture is from I think it's the police department. I don't know. There's a lot of water. Whatever. It's from the police department. He was just sprung. So here you go.
How was that fight?
Bella's too young to get it.
Too young for this one, yeah.
Stop laughing.
Come on.
No, your humor is broken.
No, my humor is on point.
No, it's on point. It is so on point.
That is Glenn getting sprung from the joint, just so everybody knows. Where's my Rickroll?
Oh,
Arisen, you are true. That's true. It could be Photoshop because Glenn can't jump that high. And Dave, you're also correct. Glenn has never seen his Willie.
Keep it because I will.
Put it. I know, but I'm trying to think of a place to keep it. Do you have tracing paper?
What is that?
It's like really thin paper. You can put one on the top and one on the bottom, so it doesn't get oiled. Never mind. I'll figure it out.
that's some nightmare fuel right there.
Is it? Yeah.
Somebody bred with that thing. Somebody.
I think there are some nefarious things going on there that I want to look into. Just
DNA was exchanged. half of his ribosome went somewhere else.
No. I feel bad for that kid because you don't get to choose your parents, but somebody said needs his prison suit, but he's in black and white. Look, he's wearing black and white in that picture.
It was I'd never seen because the only videos I've seen of Glenn CERIO have been him what he's recording, and I've seen a couple of images of his face, but never really how he how big how he what he looks like physically. And so I was watching the video that Irish put up, the video of him when he was actually being arraigned.
Right.
So and I was like, wow. Not only and everybody's talking about how fat he is. He's like, this guy is so fat. He's so. I guess he's short too.
He's a short guy. One sec. Stephen Alley, who's been a member of the Plot Hole crew for 4 months, says flaming eyeballs equal Johnny after pillow farts.
Ew.
Kind of gross.
Why do my eyes itch? I got a big guy. Conjunctivitis. Tell me, have you smelled any pillowcases yet?
In Glenn's previous court appearance, there was no mention of a child and child support. He does have. I mean, again, that's something that a lot of people have seen. That he's there's a restraining order placed on. Been placed on him because it's the whole convoluted mess, but it's we're fairly certain, 98% certain that he does have a child.
Well,
yes, American Woman, he is out. He bonded himself out, or he was bonded out sometime this afternoon. So yeah.
Well, I mean, even if he reneges on his bond and he tries to ditch, it's not like he could run away from the bounty hunters. Where's he gonna go?
Maybe there'd be a hill or something that he could start out on. Hey, you're gonna be struck by Disney.
So that's not Disney. That's not. I don't think that's copyrighted by Disney. That's old. That's way old.
That's it was in Dumbo. Yeah.
What is that? That's baby elephant fall down.
Yeah, which was used in Dumbo.
Which is owned by Disney. No,
it doesn't matter.
But I don't think they own
it
though.
Fucking Disney. Okay, all I have to say to you is Disney. That's all I gotta say. Anyway, Beth says, and I do agree that no one has to be born. An innocent child can be anything, regardless of the parents. Hopefully, mom is awesome. I hope so. I hope this. I hope that this child has a good support system, and gets what the child needs. And I hope mom is doing well, knowing that that's in her past with.
So I'd never seen this guy totally physically, just what he looks like. I'm trying to imagine now that I've seen that video that Irish put
so know what he looks like now. I was gonna say
I know what he looks like now because I saw the video of his arraignment that Irish put on his channel. So I'm looking at this dude and I'm like, okay. And then I got when he gets up and he walks away, you got the profile pic. So when you study human anatomy enough and you learn things about the human, about the body essentially, and when you've done a lot of martial training, I'm Muay Thai, Aikido, Judo, Krav Maga, various things like that. So you learn how to kind of look at an opponent and kind of see where there's it's kind of see where their weaknesses are, and how they move. Like, do they have hip trouble? Do they have knee trouble? Stuff like that. And so I don't understand just by looking at this dude. He has very, very little muscle tone because and I'm trying to speak. I know it's going to sound really funny, but I'm trying to be as analytical as possible because this guy's going around telling people, "I will take you down.
Oh,
I'll take you down."
That's his biggest thing, right? His biggest thing is, well, because I'm bigger than you, I can take you down. Like,
right, because he's so big. But the problem is, I'm sitting here looking at it, and what struck me were his arms. Okay, first and foremost, I will give Glenn CERIO this because he is a big guy. Because he's a big guy, and you know this as well as I do. Big guys tend to have really strong legs. Yep. Because they've been carrying around so much weight for so long. If they were to shed all that poundage and get really, really thin, they're surprisingly fast because their legs are so strong. So, but the problem is he's carrying around a lot of weight that reduces mobility in his arms. But his arms, the way the fat sits in his arms is really, really. I mean, you can tell.
Pause you for a second, and this is going to sound really funny, but I have to respond to Harry Balls.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Harry Balls. I do have a Discord, and I will put a link up in just a second for you, Harry Balls.
So, and you can tell that he doesn't have a lot of muscle definition because when muscles are built, fat distribution sits differently when you actually have like a decent muscle tone underneath there. Like you could be muscular and then gain weight and tell how the fat sits on a person's body, or you could tell a person who has never had any athletic background and has never done anything to tone those muscles, and so everything sits weird. You can tell in his arms that he's got that problem. Go ahead. You got the tone over things that
Tone over things for $5 says Kick said it best. No matter what garbage people like Glenn and Tyrant Slayer say, Kick gets to hug his children without asking the court permission. That's true. Hey, Irish, really quick, which one is it? Don't go to sleep just yet. Thank you for that $5, by the way. I appreciate that. Tone over things. Irish, which one is it again? I had the link up and then I exited out. Is it the one that you put out 2 hours ago, or is it the other one? Let me know really quick, because people want to see it and I want to play it. Let me know. But anyway, yeah, that's the thing, right? So you and I both kind of dealt with this a little bit. I was basketball shape, right? So mine was more lean than you were more bulk. Like you did a lot of bulking up for
it was football and wrestling predominantly because of my height, because I'm not that terribly tall. So to be effective when you're low, because when you're short, you do have a low center of gravity, which is good. But if you don't have the mass to meet people on the line, because I was a guard, because I was quick on my feet and I could get low. But if I'm going to hit like 300-pound dudes going full speed, I need the muscle behind me in order to generate that force to try and maybe knock them over or get them out of the way for a running back. So, or when you're in wrestling, low center of gravity is good, makes me hard to flip and makes me hard to turn, but I don't have the height, which means I don't have the arm length, which means I need the upper body strength in order to control people's long ass limbs. So you can tell that he doesn't have any kind of an athletic background.
None whatsoever.
He hasn't developed his shoulders, which just comes in handy. I mean, which is pretty much when you start building up your arms, start working out your chest and your arms, other stuff follows. Your lats follow, your traps follow, and everything kind of comes along with it. But you can tell just by looking at his shoulders, looking at his biceps, looking at his forearms, that he doesn't have any of that. And I'm shocked because he knows this. And yet I'll fight you. That's ridiculous.
When you watch what he does, when you watch what Glenn CERIO does, he has this real funny knack of only talking shit when he knows he's going to get away with it. When he knows he's in a position where I'm going to tell this cop that he can put his gun and badge down and I'll fight him mutual combat style. Yeah, he can say that all day long because a cop is never going to be in a situation where a cop on camera is going to do that. They're not going to risk their job because, again, just because, like we were talking about earlier with that Officer Rojas who accepted his challenge and then waited for Glenn to hit him, knowing that Glenn wouldn't. These officers, they answer to a different set of rules. So Glenn knows that he can challenge these people, and nothing is ever going to happen to him.
Oh, I got to challenge this. Tones over things. He says Glenn is basically the Kingpin for Marvel, so a blind guy can kick his ass. No, I would not make that comparison because that's an insult to the Kingpin. The Kingpin can throw down. Oh, what's this?
Sorry, this is a video that Irish wants me to share. I'll play here in just a second, Irish, because I'm curious. I want to see this. Apparently, Irish Demon has been exposed.
The Kingpin can throw down, can physically throw down with like the Kingpin has thrown down with the Punisher, Daredevil, Spider-Man, and a number of people. Like the Kingpin is no. Well, I mean, to compare him to the Kingpin, the Kingpin is no joke. Like the Kingpin's ridiculous. And that, Glenn CERIO is just, Glenn CERIO.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So these are what I was gonna. I'm sorry for what everybody. I'm sorry for what's about to happen, but we actually do have Glenn leaving.
I'd like to see Glenn CERIO throw down with someone like the Punisher. That would be hilarious.
I would like to see Glenn CERIO throw down with anybody.
I could take a trip. I could take a trip up to Washington.
You could. Oh, look, here's what's going to happen. You'll tell him, "Hey, let's do this." Okay, cool. Mutual combat, awesome. Let's do it. And I'm gonna. Well, no, you'll call the cops. You'll do that. No,
no.
Here we are.
There are rules for establishing mutual combat. They have to be agreed upon by both parties. There have to be witnesses there that can, for both people that can attest to this. And then everything is agreed to kind of like a formal gentleman style. So witnesses, everyone shakes hand and agrees, and then we go into it, and then we it can't be in any particular area.
Right.
So you can't just like go down in the street and throw down, because then you're creating a public disturbance and you're doing all this other crap. So, but yeah, we could do it. I could totally road trip up to Washington and find Glenn and be like, "Yo, bro, I just come at him like Bane." Be like, "You want to be Batman? Here I am."
Yeah, right. Exactly. Glenn sacrifices athletic potential for academia, hence his attainment of a 400 level in English. All right, so this is exactly what I said. Glenn is probably only dangerous to a buffet.
Jefferson Spatchcock is amazing.
Okay, all right. So again, I apologize in advance for what I'm about to do to you all. So this really is Glenn leaving prison or jail today. Just so you know, what you're about to see is going to be disturbing.
Traumatic.
Please, what is the old PSA? All women and children need to exit the room.
If you suffer from heart conditions or pray,
there you are.
That can't be him. Is that him?
That's him.
I can see the dates and the coins in his pocket. What the hell are you doing? Don't do that. Oh, okay. Look at this cat. Like nothing whatsoever.
I don't want to look at it anymore. I'm sorry.
He's got nothing.
Yeah, somebody that Tarek says that poor little car. Exactly. Look at that car. Oh, Harry Ball says that's not jealous in appearance last year.
Yeah, look at that. Look at the hams on that porker, man.
Okay, look. Did you've seen What's Eating Gilbert Grape, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm
the mom.
Yeah. That car when mom gets in the car.
the shocks are like, no.
Yeah. Is that a Toyota Tercel? I think it is. Jefferson, I think it is a Toyota Tercel. Okay. Before we get out of here, I do want to help break the story of Irish Demon, whom I thought was a really good friend of mine. I'm just kidding. Here is Irish Demon, and he has been exposed.
Glenn, what's eating Gilbert Grape? Glenn did.
Glenn ate Gilbert Grape. Yeah, exactly.
That was Tones. That was brilliant. Tones. I don't want to steal that from you. I just saw that. It's like, what's eating Gilbert Grape? Obviously, Glenn CERIO.
All right, 1 second. Here we go.
Just sit here. Clowns! You're all clowns!
So it all started about 10 years ago. I had got some very minor success in the amateur dramatic circuit. I guess when I had gotten the part of Danny in Greece, I was on the stage and I was singing, and out the corner of my eye I saw a gentleman wearing a dark navy jacket, and the logo on it looked familiar to me, but you know, I couldn't really tell what it was. But I remember it caught my eye, and afterwards when I was backstage and I was taking my makeup off, I got a glimpse of the same logo in the mirror behind me. Basically, the image just caught my eye. I couldn't tell because of the mirror, because it was back to front, but I knew myself, I knew what it was. Yeah, it was a NASA logo. I didn't know what that meant. I mean, obviously I know what a NASA logo is, but I didn't know what it meant for my future. It changed everything. Well, to cut a long story short, as I was driving home, I decided to pull in to urinate when again I saw the logo come towards me out of the dark. So I, finished up and gathered up all of my gentleman sausage, and this man approached me and he stuck out his hand and he said, "Mr. Demon." So I wiped my hand dry and shook his hand and I said, "Look, I noticed you while I was on stage and while I was taking off my makeup, and now just again while I was urinating." And I said, "Look, what do you want from me?" And he said, "I've never seen anybody sing 'You're the One That I Want' the way that you just sang that." And I said, "Thank you." And it was at that moment that I realized that this guy wasn't just a normal acting recruiter, that clearly this guy was something else entirely. He invited me out for a coffee to talk about what he wanted me to take part in. And all the coffee shops were closed, so we went to the pub. I'm sorry, it's just kind of difficult. Okay, thank you. So then he began to explain to me about flat Earth and how this whole thing had taken off on YouTube and other platforms, that it had literally gotten tens of views and was becoming a matter of great concern for NASA. Now that didn't make any sense to me at all, because, everybody knows the Earth is a globe, right? Wrong. And that's when he explained to me that from this moment on, he wanted me to become a NASA actor, a globe shill, if you will. Yes, I am a poet, and I do know it. So he asked me about my scientific background and, whether or not I'd done science in school. I explained to him that I always wanted to. I always loved science, but I got kicked out of science class and banned from science class because basically I blew up a battery on purpose underwater. Long story. It was okay. Her eyebrows grew back. So he told me to have a good think about it and see if that was something that, I wanted to do and wanted to be involved in, and I wasn't really sure. I asked about the payment because, of course, this was going to take a lot of time and a lot of effort on my part, so I wanted to make sure that it was something that was worth my while doing. And basically what he told me was that for every like that I got on a video, I would get a solid kilogram of gold. I have many kilograms of gold now. Dirty gold. Gold stacked on gold. All stacked on lies. Well, in the flat earth world and the kind of people that they have involved in it, you have, god damn it, some true geniuses. But of all of them, and there are a lot of true truth-believing geniuses out there, the one that caught me, the one that exposed the truth about me, was a real genius. A guy by the name of Daniel Pratt. Hey folks, I was just watching something on YouTube and I saw a thing come up about Betty White's 100-year birthday special that was due out in about 17 days from today. And then not 2 minutes later, I saw that sadly Betty White has passed away. For anybody like me as an actor, well, previous actor.
You don't say. An actor? Huh. So the NASA shill that couldn't science his way out of a paper bag with a chainsaw and a blowtorch is a actor or previous actor. You don't say. Just like Bill Nye, Neil in the Grass Tyson, and every globe scientism cult member out there. Clowns! You're all clowns!
I'm sorry, I didn't want to be here for that. I'm sure you can understand. No, I'm good to continue. Yeah, so that ultimately was the video. That video was my undoing. I posted a harmless video where I had mentioned that I was an actor. I thought it was pretty harmless in that, you know, a lot of people have acted. A lot of people have done speech and drama classes or, you know, did high school plays or OnlyFans. I didn't think it would be a big deal. Yeah, I mean, I can't go home. I can't go to work. I can't go to the park. Everywhere I go, there's NASA logos. They will get me eventually, I know that. But I'm just hoping that this video will shed some light on it. I hold no ill will to Daniel Pratt whatsoever. He did what he always promised he would do, which was to expose the truth about NASA and us NASA global scientism cultists. I just wish it didn't happen, but I should have seen the writing on the wall that this was it was just a matter of time. No, I can't change my name. There's no witness protection that could hide us from NASA. Or God forbid, ESA. They're the true masters of this whole thing. I guess I'm just gonna have to run for as long as I can. No, I mean, I'm not worried about satellites tracking me. Look, I mean, the cat's out of the bag. They don't exist. They're just lights on the dome. There's only so far you can run on this flat Earth before eventually you're gonna fall off the edge. But I'll keep trying and keep spreading the truth in the meantime. I have no comment on the matter of Nathan Thompson. If I talk about that, who knows what could happen. Okay, fine. Look, I'll tell you guys. All I want to know is, will I be paid in blocks of gold or silver? Yeah, gold, silver, or cash, that'd be fine. Thank you. Also, maybe Patreons or channel members.
Good old Irish demon.
That was fun.
That was a fun one. I've got another one of Glenn, by the way. This one's not too bad, I promise.
Glenn tried to lather up, but the suds won't stick.
Gold pressed latinum. I get that reference. All right, here's this was sent by Steaming Cup of Reason, so we know it's legitimate.
That's a shame because I love Poe. Kung Fu Panda is one of my favorite trilogies.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that trilogy. It's so amazing.
Is it because of Jack Black?
It's not just because of Jack Black. Well, everybody is fantastic in it. Like all the voice actors do fantastic work. But I love this. It's not only fun for kids, but it's one of those ones. It's one of those trilogies where they really dive into deeper subjects. The idea that family is not always who you're related to, but the family that can adopt you. And then the second one, reconciling past trauma so that you can move forward in your life. That's a major topic for an animated movie. You think about, because Poe has to reconcile the trauma of his childhood in order to move forward and find the strength he needs to defeat the villain in the second film. Gary Oldman voicing the I can't remember the peacock's name, but God, it was fantastic. And then the fact that Shen can't let go of his past. He can't let go of the trauma of the failed relationship between him and his father, and that's what fuels his anger. Poe has to let go of the abandonment issues and the loss of that and the trauma of what happened in order to move forward. This is huge, you know. And then in the third one, it was a little off the rails, but it was about that, that just because we lose people, it's not they're not always gone. They're still kind of there. You remember them, and what they taught you, it can enable you to remember that. And that's why I like these are big topics that they were giving to kids, and I thought it was just brilliant.
Good night, Little Dickens. I'm sorry I have to stop you here because somebody, Daryl LaRose, the Glenn, your blimp, doesn't worry about the police shooting him because they don't carry elephant guns.
You didn't get penetration even with the elephant gun.
Yep. All right, Mr. Shortinger's cat. Good night. We're actually about to wrap it up here. I just wanted to get on here and talk a little bit about Glenn and his usual moronic self getting himself put back in jail again.
Pamela Gray doesn't know. I guess Pamela Gray doesn't know. Just who the damn hell is Poe, and does he know Glenn?
Poe is the panda from Kung Fu Panda, and I don't think that Poe knows Glenn. Glenn walked into Burger King. The employee started screaming, "We want no more cook for you." So a replacement grill. That's fucked.
If him in the Chinese buffet, you go now. You scare my wife. You eat like kill whale. You go now. I can't remember what comedian I'm stealing that from.
Oh, I can't remember.
The dude who did it. The comedian was a great big fat guy, and his all of his stuff is predominantly self-deprecating. But he was talking about he got kicked out of.
That was his name. I can't remember.
I can't remember what it was, but he got kicked out of a Chinese buffet. It was like, he said that the guy's like, "You go now. You eat like killer whale. You scare my wife. You go." I was like, that is so brilliant.
If they made a bobble doll of Glenn, would the middle move instead of the head?
I like that. Who was the one who said? Someone mentioned what the heck was it? If Glenn got naked and took Viagra, he'd look like the letter Q.
Oh my god. Oh Jesus! All right. On that note, good night, everybody.
Oh,
Get
no.
out of here. Be sure to tune into.
I have something I have to plug.
I'm plugging Weekend Horror right now.
No, I'm not plugging Weekend Horror. Something else coming up
What are you
this
plugging?
Saturday.
What's happening Saturday? My birthday. That's right. My birthday, Saturday night,
Piece of shit.
right here. Don't worry about anything else that's going on. Don't worry. You know what? Just for that, wait a second. Wait. There we go. Don't worry about anything else that's going on because Saturday is my birthday. I'll be streaming Saturday night right here. I'll probably start out on Team Skeptics channel, and then I'll be over here. Nothing else is going on Saturday, so don't you worry.
Why did you mute my mic?
Yeah, Audrey says the line of the queue would be teeny tiny.
Charlie Welch, Glenn Viathan.
Oh man. Anyway,
Oh, don't you remember? Don't you remember? He got to start in movies. Glenn was in movies. That there was that movie where he fought Steve McQueen. Do you remember that? Anyway.
Yeah, good night, Michelle.
When he was in the movie theater, he was pressing out of it.
That's so fucked up. Oh Jesus! Job of the Glen, says Charlie Rose. Yeah, the blob. You guys got it. Oh Jesus! Anyway, on that note,
I don't know if anybody thought that was as funny as we did.
Tomorrow, Weekend Horror is going to be 8 o'clock. No, 7 o'clock. Right? 7 o'clock.
Okay, so tomorrow is the next episode of Weekend Horror. 7 p.m. Central Time, as pretty much everybody knows. That's anyway, so 7 p.m. Central. Sorry, I thought someone commented. Holden McGroin said Chinese buffet comedian was John Pinette. John Pinette?
Panay, maybe?
Or Pinay?
Is it French? I don't know.
I'm not sure. But I remember what he looks like in my mind, but I couldn't remember his name. But anyway, so tomorrow is the next episode of Weekend Horror. I will also have, hopefully, I'm about halfway done editing this video because there is a lot to edit. So it's a particularly long, which probably, I don't know how long it's going to be. Didn't Glenn play Pearl in one of the Blade movies?
Oh man!
Didn't he fight Wolverine in the?
The first prequel. Yes.
Did you call me Bob? Anyway,
he's Italian. Penate, whatever.
Insulinless in Seattle. Sleepless in insulinless. Anyway, so that's it. But there is something coming up Saturday, and yes, it is Johnny O's birthday. And if anybody wants to pop by, just let everybody know. The 6th is also Eugene's birthday.
That's right.
So January 6th is Eugene's birthday. You can wish him happy birthday over tomorrow in the show Weekend Horror.
Yep.
But this Saturday, I will be on the SC2.
Nobody cares.
Well, I mean, it's been
cares.
Why?
I'm kidding. Golly. Yeah, so if you don't want to hang out on my birthday, Saturday you could watch some fucking guy argue with another fucking guy about shit nobody cares about.
Stephen Alley, the good, the bad, the what the fuck is that?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, so I will be on the SE2. Call me Ishmael.
These are too good.
From hell's buffet, I stabbeth thee. Oh, anyway, so this Saturday I will be on the SC Tune show where we need you to dye your beard again. It actually is. It is dyed. It's dyed red for.
You can't see. He's not talking to you.
Oh, okay. Sorry. You should dye your beard as well. But January is Blood Donor Month.
Yep.
January is Blood Donor Month, and my beard is dyed, but I need to touch it up because right now it looks kind of it did. So there were some areas that didn't come out right. So I'm gonna have to touch it up again, see if I can darken it up a little bit. But mine is
I'm
red.
telling you, it's the red stuff. It just doesn't take very well. That's why I had an issue with the pink.
Right.
Anyway, we got to get out of here. This is turning into a brainy beaver goodbye.
Anyway, for those who remember, I did a live stream where I had Eric Jewell on the channel. He was the guy who got out of control, who was blah 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 doing his thing, and I had to mute him several times so I could actually like speak and respond to what he was saying. Attack of the 50-foot waistband. So I will be debating Eric on the SC Toon show this Saturday. So to let everybody know, and Toon has already posted it, so it's already ready to go. If you were not subscribed to MC Toon or to the SC Toon show, definitely.
Toon show, yeah. If you really would rather watch two fat old dudes bitch about which came first, the chicken or the egg, then yeah, go check that out. Otherwise, hang out with me on my birthday. That's all I'm saying. No, seriously, it should be a good debate. I have coached.
Mean, dude.
I am kind of mean. I coached this guy just last night to make his debate even better. So we know it's going to be top notch. Sandwichless in Seattle. Anyway, I'll see you guys later this week with another Glenn CERIO video.
Blood-type pork sausage gravy.
Yeah, right. I'm going to try and get 2 more videos out this week. So awesome. You guys are awesome. JL, thanks for hanging out with me.
Always.
Thank everybody for the super chats and the support. I really do appreciate. Steaming Company reason. Yes, I did. I was there for some of it. I was asking inappropriate questions, apparently. Anyway, it's time to go. Thank you all so much. Have a good day.
Remember, Glenn provided all of those props for that scene in Fight Club.
So bad. So bad. Oh, Jesus Christ. On that note, cheers, everybody. You know what time it is.
He gets his nails done at Earl Scheib.